It was 50 years ago this September when 4 African-American girls died in a church bombing in the U.S. state of Alabama. The attack galvanized support for the equal rights movement in America, led by Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Here's VOA's Chris Simkins.
We've got to shine, shine.
At the Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington, students pay tribute to the 4 girls killed in the racially motivated bombing 50 years ago.
Clubbed by police officers and attacked by their dogs.
It's one of almost 40 performances commemorating the 1963 church bombing in Birmingham, Alabama. Addie Mae Collins, Denise McNair, Carol Robertson, and Cynthia Wesley were attending Sunday school at the 16th Street Church and died in the attack. Cast member Jamie Lawson says the performance tells their stories.
I learned of the dreams that these girls had. They each were individually their own person, and they wanted to do different things, and they had aspirations.
The church was a gathering place for civil rights organizers. White supremacists determined to slow the movement carried out the bombing. The tragedy emotionally shattered the Reverend Martin Luther King. Birmingham civil rights activist Jeff Drew, King's nephew, was also distraught. Carol Robertson and Cynthia Wesley were his friends.
These little girls, my classmates, my friends, whom I had grown up with, their lives were just snuffed away because somebody hated the color of their skin. How stupid.
The attack occurred just weeks after the huge March on Washington and King's I Have a Dream speech. The bombing shook the nation.
It was one of the most saddest days that I can remember in my life.
Time has not healed the wounds of Shirley Gavin Floyd, who lost her classmate Addie Mae Collins.
Kids in the auditorium just started crying, and it was just a sad day. And for a whole week, everywhere you went, people were crying.
5 decades later, President Barack Obama signed legislation posthumously awarding the Congressional Gold Medal to the young victims. To also honor them, pieces of stained glass from the church were donated to the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History by the children of a white Baptist minister, Norman JIMERSON. Hours after the bombing, JIMERSON gathered up ruins from the church as evidence. He was criticized by white colleagues for attending the funerals. JIMERSON's son RANDALL says the artifacts are a reminder of the family's past.
By keeping the glass and having that within his own possession for many years was a part of a reconciliation process, hoping that this symbol of violence and conflict could also be part of the healing process for people of both races.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round.
These high school performers say remembering a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement can bring greater understanding and awareness of the sacrifices so many made for equal rights. Chris Simkins, VOA News, Washington.